Today we are going to discuss about basic geometrical concept. Okay, in basic geometrical concept, we should know some of the things about them so that we can go forward. Okay, the first thing is point. Okay, in basic geometrical concept, in all geometrical shapes or anything, the point will play very important role. So we should know about the thing point. Okay, so point means it determines a location and is usually determined by a capital letter. Okay, so point means what? It is actually particular determines a particular location and is usually determined by the capital letter. We should represent a point with the capital letter. Okay, from a point we can draw an infinite number of lines. Okay. See, it is a point. So point about point we are reading what they were saying. It determines a location is usually determined by a capital letter. If we will start to draw anything in a geometrical shape, we first need to have some points. Okay, then we can joining them, then we can form a geometrical shapes by using those points. Okay, so here how it looks like this. Some point. Okay, what they were saying it determines a location. What they were saying it is determines a location. Yes, it determines a location. From this we can start here, from this we can start here, means it represents particular location to start any, to draw anything. Okay, and is usually determined by a capital letter. How we will determine this point? By usually a capital letter. For example, I am using A, or we can use P, or we can use X, anything. Okay, in alphabetical letters we can use any letter and that should be in a capital. Okay, and from a point we can draw an infinite number of lines. Okay, see how we can use the points. If one point is there, if one point is there, if we will join these 2 points. Okay, by joining these 2 points we get a one geometrical shape. What it is? Line segment. Okay. Line segment. Like that only. If one point is here, one point is here, one point is here. By joining these things, okay, what we are getting? It is a triangle. Okay. So this means the point itself determines a particular location of the thing and is usually determined by capital letter. If we should name this 3 points, how we can name these 3 points? A, B, C. We will determine these points by the capital letters of A, B and C in triangle. Like this only, if we will draw any geometrical shape, then we have to give the name or determine this point by a capital letter. Okay, and what they were saying, from a point we can draw an infinite number of lines. Yes, it is true. How? See, this is a point. I can draw like this. Okay, I can draw like this. Okay, I can draw like this, I can draw like this, again I can draw like this. Means there is not a particular number of lines. We can draw infinite number of, we can draw infinite number of, we can draw an infinite number of lines from a point. Yes, it is true. Okay, see, this is the example. Or we can draw like this. Okay, or we can draw like this, we can draw like this, any number of lines we can draw from a single point. Okay, in this chapter our next topic will be a line segment. Okay, okay, here it is. Okay, line segment, what it means? Line segment means the shortest distance between 2 points is called a line segment. Okay, means if 2 points is there anywhere, if we will join those 2 points we will get a line segment, and the shortest distance between these 2 points we called as a line segment. And one more thing, line segment has a ending points. Okay, on one end and another end there will be a particular ending points in a line segment. See, for example, one point is here, okay, and the point is here. Okay, if I draw the line between these 2 points by connecting these 2 points, then I am getting this distance from here to here. This distance is called what? Line segment, and this will be a shortest distance between these 2 points. Okay, and it has a two hands. This one is one hand and this one is another. Okay, line segment has particularly one hand and another. Okay, our next topic will be what? Line. Okay, in line what will happen? When a line segment is extended on both sides infinitely, then it is called a line. Okay, see, when a line segment is extended on both sides infinitely, if we have drawn a line segment which has two hands at the both sides, okay, so if we extend that line segment from two ends also, okay, in one end also we have to extend and in the another also we have to extend, but not at a particular point but up to a infinity, means up to whatever we can extend, okay, there will be no ending point for that. Okay, then that is called as a line. It contains infinite number of points on it. See, line means, for example, we have a line segment. Okay, this will be a line segment because it has a two endpoints. Okay, if we extend this thing up to infinity, means this is a not end, it will continue still to infinity. This side also we have to extend up to infinity. This side also it is not end, it have to be continued up to infinity. Okay, then on this line only two numbers is not there, more numbers will be there. If we can put the more numbers will lie on this line. Okay, infinite number of up to, if we can extend this thing to up to infinity, we can put the points also infinitely on this line. Okay, so what they were saying is it will become then what it will become? It will become line. Then we will extend from two ends of a line segment up to infinity. Okay, then it will called as a line. And line, how many points will be there? Infinite points will be there. Okay, if we can put the infinite number of points, we can put infinite, because there will be no ending point, because there will be no first end, there will be no second in like line segment. That's why we can extend it up to a infinite. Okay, so that's why there will be infinite points on a line. Okay, next our topic will be intersecting lines. Intersecting lines, what will happen? See, if two lines meet or cross at a point, they are called intersecting lines. Okay, what they were saying, if two lines are meet or cross at a point, at one point if two lines are meeting or crossing, then it will be called as a intersecting lines. For example, if we have a we call if we have some roads, like at a time two roads will meet at that point, then it will become one road will be there, this one, this side road will be there, another side road will be there, and in down part also one road will be there. Means at that point if two roads are meeting at that point, it will be called as intersecting roads, because they were roads intersecting. Like that only, if two lines meet or cross at a point, if two lines meet at a cross or a point, then they are called as a intersecting point. Okay, in this intersecting lines, okay, in this, see, here we go, intersecting. intersecting lines, what will happen? See, this one will be a line because line doesn't have no end, that's why I'm keeping the arrows. And this one will be another line. These two lines are meeting where or intersecting where, crossing where, this point. Here will be a meeting point or crossing two lines. Okay, this will be the point. So at this point they were meeting, so that's why these two lines can be called as a intersecting lines. Understood? Okay, for example, one line is going like this and another line is going like this. Okay, is there any meeting point in these two lines? Yes, of course it has a meeting point here. Here these two lines are crossing each other as well as meeting with each other. So this will be a meeting point and it has a meeting point, these two lines. So we can call this sum also intersecting lines. Okay. Next, we will discuss about parallel lines. Okay, in parallel lines, what will happen? Parallel lines are the lines which are always the same distance apart and never intersect anywhere in a plane. What they were saying, like intersecting lines, what they will do, intersect with each other at any one point. Okay, if any one point, if two lines will meet, then we call them lines as intersecting lines. Like that only parallel lines, what they will do, they always maintain the same distance between those two lines. Okay, so if the same distance will be maintained up to infinity, then there will be no meeting point between those two lines anywhere in a plane. Okay, they will never intersect because they always maintain the distance between these two lines always up to infinity maybe. Okay, so that's why the parallel lines, we call them a parallel lines because they will never intersect each other or never meet with each other. They always maintain the same distance between those lines. Okay, so this one, see, parallel lines, what they were saying, two lines will be there. One is a one line and this one will be another. They always maintain the same distance. Here also the same distance. Here also the same distance. Here also the same distance. Means throughout, if they were extend up to infinity also, they were extend infinity also, they will maintain the same distance between those two lines. If they will maintain the same distance between those two lines, then there will be no chance to meet with each other at any point, na? Because if it will bend somewhat and if will extend somewhat, then there will be a chance to meet with each other. But here they were maintaining the same distance between these two lines, so there will be no chance to meet at any point or there will be no chance to cross with each other at any point. So at this condition we call them as a parallel. Okay, they always be like this only, they always maintain the distance between those two lines as same. Okay, for example, here it is suppose 2 centimeter distance is there. Then here also it will be 2 centimeter. Okay, or if I extend this lines up to infinity, we can extend, so I extend somewhat. Here also the 2 centimeter will be there. Here also the 2 centimeter. If anywhere, if you can check, if anywhere the distance between those two lines will be a same only. Okay, it will never change. Okay, that's why they can't meet with each other at any point or they will cross with each other. Okay, that's why we call them as a parallel line. Next is part is prey. Okay, So a ray is a line which starts from a particular point and goes infinitely towards a particular direction. What they were saying, a ray is a line. Okay, it is a line. Line means what? Which doesn't have any ending point. Okay, so it start from a particular point. But in ray, what will happen? A particular point in one hand, there will be a particular point. Okay, in line, what will happen? In two sides, there will be no particular point. We can extend from two sides also. But in ray, what will happen? There will be some particular point. From that point, we can draw a ray and we can extend that line up to infinity, and we call that line as a ray, and goes infinitely towards a particular direction. Towards a particular direction only, it will go up to infinite. Okay, but it has a particular point from start. Okay, in the what they were saying, from particular point a line can be drawn. Okay, and it can be draw up to infinitely. Okay, and it will go up to an infinity direction, towards an infinity direction, and it has a from particular point. Okay, it has a particular point. From that point only we will draw a line. Okay, that can be called as a ray, and up to infinity we can draw. Okay, this one called as a ray. It has only one point, another part will be we can extend. Okay, but from one point it will start, we can't extend from this side. Okay, we have to extend only in one direction up to infinity, then we can call it as a ray. Next topic will be ours, collinear points. Okay, in collinear points, what will happen? If two or more points lie on a same line, then they are said to be a collinear points. Understood? If on a one point, okay, maximum in line segment, how many points will be there? Only 2 points in one end and another end. Okay, but in line there will be a possible some more points. Okay, so like that only, if they were saying if two or more points lie on a same line in one line, if more than two or 2 points will be lie on a same line only, then they are said to be a collinear. But then we call them as that points has a collinear points. Okay, so here is the example. See, this is a line, doesn't have any ending. Okay, in this, if I put this point, this one will be a first point, this one will be second point, this one will be third point. For example, I have taken 3 points, but all are lying on the same line only. Okay, all are lying on a same line. Then these points are collinear points. Understood? Okay, if I draw like this, here is this, here is this, here. In this, 2 points are there on a same line, but this one is outside of the line, not on the same line. Okay, so these 3 points can't be a collinear. Understood? For example, like this. These 2 points on the same line, these 2 points on the same line. If these 2 points we can call it as a collinear, we can call it as a collinear because these 2 points lie on the same line. If 2 points this and these 2 points are collinear, but if I say 3 are in a collinear points, no, not on the same line they were lying. That's why these 3 points are not collinear. Okay, because these three are not lying on a same line. Okay, next we will discuss about concurrent lines. Okay, what is concurrent lines? when three or more line segments intersect each other at a single point, then they are said to be a congruent lines. Okay, in intersecting lines, what we have read, if two lines cross with each other or meeting with at a particular point, then these two lines can be called as intersecting lines. Okay, like that only in congruent lines, what will happen? There should be three lines or more than three lines. Okay, that should be intersect each other at a single point. Then they are said to be a congruent lines. Okay, see, in congruent lines, how it will be looks. This one will be a line, this one will be a line, this one will be a line. Here, how many lines are there? Three. This is the first line. Okay, this is the second line. This is a third. If three lines are intersecting at a particular point or meeting at a particular point, then these lines called congruent lines. Okay, if for example like this it is. Okay, here see, three lines are not meeting. Here these two lines are meeting at one point. See, these two lines are meeting at one point, but another line is not meeting with these two. This is went from outside of that point. Okay, so that's why these lines are not congruent. Understood? Because here there will be no particular meeting point of three lines, only two lines are meeting. But for congruent lines, there should be a three lines or more than a three lines should be meet at a particular point. So that's why here see only two lines are meeting and third line is not meeting with them. So that's why these lines can be called as not congruent. Okay. Okay, up to here again we will repeat all these things one more time. Okay, again we will revise one more time. Okay, so the first thing what we have read about today. Okay, point. Okay, it determines a location and is usually determined by a capital letter. What I have told you to a point about a point. See, in a point they what they were saying, it represent a particular location. Means location means from where we can draw. Okay, it represent a particular location, and we can draw any by combining any two points we can draw a particular geometrical shape also. And one more thing is from a point we can draw infinite number of lines. Okay, there will be a no limit for drawing any lines from a particular point, so we can draw an infinite number of lines here like this. Okay, and that point should be represented by a capital letters, whether it is a, whether it is b, whether it is whatever it may be. It is our wish to be represented with an alphabet. Okay, which is to be in a capital letter. Next, we have discussed about a line segment. Line segment between what? The shortest distance between two points is called as a line segment. Okay, if two points will be there, if we will by joining them, we will draw a line segment. Then we will call as a line segment. And the shortest distance between these two points by joining what we have drawn, that will be called as a line segment. See, this is a line segment. This will be a one point and this one will be another point. If we are joining these two points, we will draw. Okay, and this one will be called as a line segment, and it has a two ends. This one will be a particular ending point and this one will be another ending point. Line segment have a particularly two ending points. Okay. After that, we have read about line. In line, what where they have said, when a line segment is extended on both sides infinitely, okay, then it is called as a line. It contains infinite number of points on it. Okay. we have a, suppose it is a line segment up to here. Okay, if we have extended from this side also, and from we have this side also, and we can this extend this part up to an infinity. Okay, then also it called as a line. In line, what is the difference between line segment and line? In line segment there will be a particularly two endpoints. Okay, the line segment will have an endpoint. Okay, but in line what will happen, there will be no ending point. We can extend this part and this part to a infinity. There will be no ending points. And one more thing on a line is there will be an infinite number of points, because it has a no ending point, so it can extend it to an infinity, so we can put an infinite number of points on a line. Next, we have discussed about intersecting lines. Intersecting lines means what? If two lines meet or cross at a point, they are called as intersecting lines. Okay, if two lines are meeting at a point or crossing with each other at a particular point, then the lines are called as a intersecting lines. See, intersecting lines will be look like this. If two lines are meeting and crossing with each other at this point, and this one will be a meeting point or the crossing point of these two lines. So these two lines have a meeting point or the crossing point. Okay, so that's why these two lines can be called as a intersecting lines. Okay, for example, this one will be like this. Okay, these two lines are intersecting at any point or crossing with each other at any point. No, so that's why this cannot be a intersecting lines. Okay, next we have discussed about parallel lines. What parallel lines? Parallel lines are lines which are always the same distance apart and never intersect anywhere in a plane. Like intersecting lines, in intersecting line what we have read, okay, they will meet at any particular point or they will cross with each other at a particular point. Then those lines can be called as intersecting lines. But in parallel lines what they were saying, there will be a no meeting point, or these two lines will never meet with each other at any point. Okay, these two lines will go parallelly, means they will both will maintain some particular distance between these two lines up to an infinity. Okay, but there will be no meeting point, they will never cross with each other. See, parallel lines examples will be like this. If this is a one line, this is a one line. These both are going up to infinity also, but they will maintain particular distance between them. This distance will be same up to infinity level also. Okay. For example, here also see, if it will be a distance between these two lines will be a 2 centimeter, this one will be a 2 centimeter, means at any point, at any place, if you can check between the distance between these two lines, then it will be a same distance as throughout the distance. Okay, and they will never meet with each other at any point, or they will never cross with each other. So that's why these lines can be called as a parallel lines. Next topic we have discussed about ray. Ray means what? A ray is a line which starts from a particular point, okay, and goes infinitely towards a particular direction. So what we have read, in ray, one point will be a particular point, means it will be a fixed point. From that point only we can draw that a line, particular line, which can be extended up to an infinity towards a particular direction, and it has no ending point another side, and in one point and in one the part also it has a one point which is ending point. From that point only we have to draw a line up to infinity, and that line can be called as a ray. See, in ray this can be called as a particular point, okay, from where we will start to draw a line. Okay, this one will be a particular point in ray, one point will be a particular or fixed point. Okay, from this line only we have to draw a line, okay, which can be extended up to infinity. Okay, and after that this can be called as a our ray. Okay, see, in line there will be no ending points in both sides, but in line segment there will be a ending points on both sides, but in ray there will be only one ending point, means it can be called as a starting point and only one ending point. From there we will start to draw a particular line, so that we can call it as a ray. Next, our topic we have discussed is collinear points. In collinear points, what we have learned, if two or more points lie on the same line, then they are said to be collinear points. Okay, if on a one line more than two or 2 points will be lie on a same particular line, then we call it as a collinear points. Okay, see, this is a line. On a line I have taken 3 points. Okay, 1 2 3 points. These 3 points are on lie on the same line, right? We can see on same line. Okay, so we can call these points as a collinear points. Okay, if this one will be like this point is outside the line, this is not a collinear. Like this only. See, here 3 points is there, all are in the same line. No, these 3 points are on other parts and other different regions. And see here, these 3 points not on lying on the same line, so these points are a not collinear. Okay, and next topic we have discussed is concurrent lines. In concurrent lines, what will happen? See, when three or more line segments intersect each other at a single point, then they are said to be a concurrent lines. See, in intersecting lines, how many lines should be intersect? Minimum 2 lines. Minimum 2 lines if intersect with each other at a particular point or crossing with each other at a particular point, then we will call it as a intersecting lines. But in concurrent lines, what will happen? It should be three or more line segments should intersect each other at a single point. Then they are said to be concurrent lines. Okay. See, in concurrent lines, these are the three lines and meeting at a particular point. Then this line can be called as a concurrent lines. In this, see, these two lines are intersecting, but this line is not intersecting these two lines, and there will be no common point between these three lines. So these lines are not concurrent.